Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Techie Code Buddy. I hope you all are doing extremely well and your placement preparation is also going well. Well guys, first of all, if you are new to this channel or haven't subscribed this channel till now, then do consider subscribing this channel because this really motivates me to make more such content for you and for your placement preparation, right? Let's see what we are going to see in this video. We are going to see in this video 70 plus questions related to cloud and network security because you guys were requesting me that ma'am please make video like before you make for MS Office and applications. I have made two videos for 50 plus questions, right? So in such a way I have shared 100 plus questions that were previously asked in Accenture for MS Office and applications. Now in this particular video, we will be seeing 70 plus questions from cloud and network security, right? And along with the written explanation, don't worry about it. Let's move on to the very first question. Okay, so the very first question is that was asked on 25th of July, right? So first of all, I would be taking the questions from July, then August, and then the recent exams, and some questions will be from previous exams as well. All right. So the very first question is, which of the following layer of OSI model adds logical address of the sender and receiver? So in OSI model, there are 7 layers, right? And which layer adds the logical address? So all the works that is related to addressing is done with the help of network layer. So network layer will be responsible for adding logical address to the sender and receiver. Right. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following is an example of a SaaS cloud service model? SaaS stands for software as a service, right? So any software that is providing some services that we are using that particular software for uh, some services, right? Like Microsoft 365, Salesforce, Dropbox, all the examples are SaaS, right? So all of the above will be the example. Workspace, Dropbox, and Salesforce all are the examples of software as a service. And here is a written explanation about the network layer, how it is helpful for adding logical addresses. And the second main thing it does is routing, right? So you can have a look on the definition of routing, what is addressing, and one more thing it is done, that packet forwarding, error handling, etc. Right? So these are the basic functionalities of network layer. You can have a look or you can take the screenshot. Let's move on to the next explanation, that is SaaS, software as a service. So Google Workspace, Salesforce, Dropbox, Mailchimp, Gendex, DocuSign, Slack, and HubSpot all are the examples of software as a service, and this is a cloud service model that provides software over the internet via third party. SaaS applications are used for a variety of business functions, including email, sales management, customer relation management, financial management, etc. You can have a look. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, this question was recently asked, like in August slot it was asked. Assume that a company wants to migrate its on-premises infrastructure to the cloud and needs full control over the operating system, storage and deployed applications. Which cloud service model they should choose? Select the correct answer for given choices. See, so initially what they have is they have on-premises infrastructure. Now they want to replace their structure and they want the full control on operating system, storage and deployment. We can say like on complete infrastructure they want to have a full control. And which cloud service will be more relevant for them? So IaaS, infrastructure as a service, will be more relevant cloud service platform for this company who wants to migrate from on-premises infrastructure to the cloud. I hope it makes sense. So have a look on the explanation. See, the company needs full control over the operating system, storage and deployed applications. The requirement for full control over the operating system, storage and application aligns with the infrastructure as a service model, IaaS, infrastructure as a service model, which provides the highest level of control and flexibility. Now you can have a look on what are the services or what are the features of infrastructure as a service model. So flexibility, control, cost, scalability, deployment, all are the main features of infrastructure as a service model. All right, so let's move on to the next question. The next question is an attack in which the user receives an unwanted amount of email is. So whenever a user receives unwanted amount of email or bunch of emails again and again, he or she is getting, so it is kind of email bombing and this is some kind of attacks. Right. So let's move on to the next question. Which of the following software application allows a user to view a web page? Notepad, Adobe Acrobat, Google Drive, or Internet Explorer. So to view a web page is only supported by browser, and browser is Internet Explorer. Among these four options, Internet Explorer is a browser which is provided by Microsoft. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, just a minute. So the next question is attack in which a user creates a packet that appears to be something else. So whenever this kind of attack happens, it is called spoofing, right? It is called spoofing, that a user creates a packet that will appear like something else. So it is called spoofing. See, there are two types of attacks in network security: active attack and passive attacks. Again, there are various types of attacks in active attacks and passive attacks, right? So for that, uh, from where you can learn, on my channel I have already provided you a cheat sheet for this network and cloud security, and for MS Office and applications as well, right? So just you need to do is go on to my channel. If you haven't paused this video, let me show you what the video is. The video is, just a minute. Yes. So this is ultimate cheat sheet for cloud and network security. In this video, I have shared this particular PDF, right? So I have shared this particular PDF. In this particular PDF, you will get from zero till like last level, right? Everything I have covered in this cheat sheet. So you can have the access of this video from the channel itself, right? And for MS Office as well. And see guys, not only for these, I have 80 plus videos only for Accenture, right? And if you want to see the success story of students, so on my Insta highlights, you can see that there are success story. 1 week ago, I have uploaded that results are on the way. This is the result from 26th of August. Then next again 26th of August. Then there are 5 results in one story only, and two more. Then you can see three more. Then you can see three more. One is comment and two is on Telegram, right? Then you can have a look, like there are various, and many of them I haven't uploaded because they are just kind of when I feel happiness, so I just used to upload that. Okay, now people are getting success. Anyways, let's come on to questions now. Okay, so this is the explanation of about like smurfing, spoofing, and all. So you can have a look on this, and this is the explanation for this. Which of the following software application allows a user to view a web page? So a web browser is a software application that allow users to view a web page. We all know, simple. It is simple how it functions and how it works. Like you can have a look. All right. So this is the example for the last one question, that is attack in which a user creates a packet that appears to be something else, is smurfing, trojan, email bombing, and spoofing. So have a look on spoofing part. So spoofing is a technique used in smurf attacks and other cyber attacks where a hacker creates network packets that appear to come from a target server. For example, in a spoofed caller ID back, a caller forges their caller ID information, right? So the same thing, like changing the packet or for this the caller ID is kind of something same. So it is called spoofing attack, right? Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, which of the following is the popular version control system used for changes in software development? So all we know that Git is the popular version control system nowadays. Okay, so let's have a look on this question. This particular question is same only this, right? Because it was blurred, so I typed it. Anyways, in TCP/IP model, which of the following protocol is used on transport layer? FTP, ARP, UDP, or DNS? So in TCP/IP model, which of the following protocol is on transport layer? So on transport layer, there are two types of protocol. First is TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, and the second is UDP, User Datagram Protocol. Right? Sorry, I think it's packet or protocol. I'm not sure about it, but user datagram. Uh, I'm not getting it. Anyways, user datagram is there. Okay, so UDP will be the correct answer for this particular question. And now you can have a look on the explanation part. Right, so Git is the most popular version control system in use today. Popularity as of 2022, nearly in 95% of the developers reporting using Git as their primary VCS version control system. And if you see on here, the transmission control protocol and user datagram protocol are the two protocols that are on the transport layer. All right. So moving on to the next question. So the next question is from recent August slot. Right. So the question is: assume that while conducting a wireless network audit, you notice areas with constantly weak signal strength. What is the most likely factor influencing this observation? Select their correct answer among these. So MAC address filtering or presence of it is quite blur. I'm not getting it what it is. And interference from neighboring networks and weak encryption protocols. So assume that while conducting a wireless network audit, you notice areas with constantly weak signal strength. So if there is weak signal strength, then there must be some interference from the nearby networks. Right. So option number C will be the correct answer for this particular question. Let's move on to the next question. Your company has decided to shift its traditional on-site data center to a cloud-based infrastructure to improve scalability and reduce cost. As a part of migration process, which of the given steps should given to priority and ensure minimal downtime and smooth transition? So if it will ask for cloud service provider, so it will be IaaS, infrastructure as a service, but it is asking for what steps should be on the priority so that there is a minimal downtime and smooth transition. So creating a detailed migration plan. Uh-oh. Creating a detailed migration plan that includes data backups, etc., testing, etc., will be the most priority one task for this particular question. All right, let's move on to the next question. Now, before moving on to the next question, I want to show you something that recently I have launched an Accenture Tracker pack. Right, so what it contains, basically, there are two packs for TCS as well and for Accenture as well. So let me show you the content of these. Accenture Tracker pack will contain the questions from 2020 till August, like the exam that is running on. Because time to time I used to update it. Now let's see the features of it. Here in this folder, you will be getting the questions from 2021 to 2022. Have a look. These are the questions, right? There are multiple screenshots of the questions only. They are from the Accenture only, right? Now, if you see in this folder, Accenture 2020 papers, so there are 4 papers again. Now, if you see in 2021, so there are 5 to 6 papers and some screenshots as well. Now, if you come on to the next folder, so there are these are the questions from 2023 batch drive, and these are the questions from 2024 batch drive. So in that Accenture 2024 coding question, so in this particular PDF, it is opening. In this particular PDF, you will be having all the coding questions that were asked in 2024 slots, right? That were asked in 2024 slots. You will be having all the questions at one side only. All right. And if you go in 2024 folder, so again, in folder. So there are nested folders based on the slots, right? So these are the coding questions they have asked on 2nd of May. 3rd of May, these are the questions, right? You can have a look here. 5th of July, so again there are some questions, and similarly all the others have, right? So these are the questions. All right. So coming back, if you see here, 2025 papers. So I have uploaded all the coding questions here for 2025 batch in this, right? Whatever I got from Telegram and from somewhere else. So these are the recent coding questions just 2 or 3 days before, right? And in this particular folder as well. These are the papers from recent August slots, 16th August and 18th August and 2020, 22 August, right? And if you see here in this particular folder as well, we have one more slot. Okay, now coming back bonus PDF. So you will be having the question paper or the questions from abstract reasoning, critical reasoning, MS Office and cloud, verbal ability again in these folders, right? In the and these are the PDFs, right? So these all are the Accenture papers only. And if cheat sheet I will show you later on, like cloud and network security. So there are multiple screenshots, there are multiple PDFs as well, and I have added some notes as well in these PDFs only. So you can have a look. And if you see in coding part, so for coding, these are the questions. And in 2025 batch as well, you have the question in Open Me folder as well. These are the questions from 2024 batch. Right now, if you see back, so these are the complete papers. So these are the complete papers, and in this particular folder, you will be having the questions from 2025 batch. Now, if you see that this is 22nd of August 2024 paper. So if you see, so this is the on-campus paper. So the difficulty level is easy. Now let me show you this complete paper so you can have a look. This is the complete paper, right? This is the complete Accenture on-campus paper, and if you see here, Accenture 2024 paper 3. Yes, you can have a look that this is the complete paper, right? This is the complete paper. You can see. Okay, let's coming back. So here you will find pseudocodes. So there are multiple pseudocodes. You can have a look. Again, in these folders as well, you will be having the questions from pseudocodes. In this folder as well, you will be having the questions from pseudocodes. All right. Now, if coming back, reasoning and free resources in this folder you can get, and verbal ability as well we have. Now, if we talk about cheat sheets, so you will be finding the cheat sheets. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cheat sheets in this particular folder. So first of all, let's see the cheat sheet for coding, right? There are 60 plus coding questions, and all the questions are from Accenture only. And recently one of my subscriber told me that, ma'am, I am successfully cleared the exam of Accenture, and coding questions were from your cheat sheet only, and even his friend also got the same questions from this cheat sheet, right? So there are 60 plus questions. You can have a look on the cheat sheet, right? And if you see that I have provided the cheat sheet for cloud and network security as well. This is the complete cheat sheet. And if you see all my videos, there are 80 plus videos on my channel, right? And if you have your exam in nearby days, so I would prefer to go in playlist section and access the playlist Accenture Preparation 2.0, because this is the latest playlist and this will definitely going to help you out, right? And if you have like quite enough time, then I would suggest you go and watch all the 80 videos on my channel and practice papers, right? Along with this practice paper, that is these papers, right? Now, if I show you the premium material for TCS, so from 2020 till 2023, why not 2024? Because for 2025 exam is not conducted yet. Why not 2024? Because 2024 exam was from center only. So I don't have a screenshot. So you will be getting the questions till 2023. And there are 35 PDFs, right? So these are the 35 papers of TCS here. If you see in the next folder, so these total are the 35 PDFs for TCS Prime, uh, not for TCS Prime, like for TCS NQT exam, right? So if you purchase this premium content both together, Accenture Cracker Pack and TCS Prime material, so it will cost you 150. And if you want to purchase it solo, like if you just want to buy Accenture Cracker Pack, so it will cost you 100 rupees, and TCS Prime material will cost you 70 rupees. But if you combinedly take them, so you will be having it for 150 rupees. And guys, trust me, nobody is giving you in such a minimal prices, because I have shown you the whole content that what you will get on my channel. There are multiple videos, and already I'm uploading more and more videos. Cognizant, I have already started. Capgemini, I am planning. TCS for as well. I'm planning all the things, right? So don't worry about that. Okay, so if you want, just you can ping me on Telegram. The link is given in the description, or on the Instagram. The link is given in the description, or you can directly follow. Just search Techie Code Buddy. You will find, and you can ping me. All right. Let's coming back onto our questions. Let's have a look on the next question. So what is the HTTP? Sorry, first question is, which popular web browser uses a rendering engine called Blink? So mainly Chrome browser uses Blink, right? But Microsoft Edge as well it uses. But the thing is, it doesn't support for iOS devices. So here Google Chrome will be the correct answer. I will show you the explanation as well. Now, next question is, what does the HTTP in this URL stands for? So, HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, right? So, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, it is the acronym for HTTP. All right, let's have a look on the explanation. So, rendering engines of web browser. So, Blink. Blink is an open source rendering engine developed by Google, and it is the foundation from the Chrome browser. It is also used by several other browsers, including Opera, Brave, and uh, Vivaldi. Anyways, now if you see here, it is a list, and I got this list from GFG, right? Just a minute. I got this list from GFG. So Google Chrome supports Blink, and also Microsoft Edge supports Blink, but the thing is iOS doesn't support, right? So here in this particular question, Google Chrome will be the correct answer for that. All right, let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, which of this is not a network edge device? Switch, PC, smartphones, or servers? Switch is not a network edge device because switch is just need electricity to work or to start, right? But all the things, PC, smartphone, and servers, they want network, right? All right, so let's move on to the next question. What is the term for the data communication system within a building or campus? So there are four types of network we know. LAN, WAN, MAN, and one more PAN. So PAN stands for Personal Area Network, LAN stands for Local Area Network, M stands for Metropolitan Area Network, and WAN stands for uh, Wide Area Network, right? So for a particular building or campus, LAN area network will be helpful, or you can now, this is the explanation for that. Network as device refers to host system which can host applications like a web browser. So if you see, this is the explanation for this question, right? Now, if you see in here, that switch do not require any kind of network. It only need electricity for its working. So that's why switch will be the answer. And rest for all, you can have a look or you can have a read. All right, let's move on to the next question. Next question is, which of the following layer of OSI model make sure that the entire message arrives without any error, else it should be retransmitted? So the answer would be application layer or presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. So among these all layers, which network layer ensures that the the entire message is error free, and if it is not, then it should be retransmitted. So this ensures by transport layer. Transport layer will ensure that whether our message is correct or not, and error control is done by data link layer. If there is any error, so it will control at that time only. But here it is asking for which layer makes sure that the entire message is correct or not. And then if it is not, then it would retransmit it, right? So transport layer will be the correct answer. Don't get in confusion that the answer should be data link layer or not. The data link layer functionality is to to reduce the error or to like what I can say, to minimize the error, right? But here it is asking for which will ensure that there is no error. So it is the duty of transport layer. Let's move on to the next question. What is the primary function of DNS? So DNS stands for domain name system, and its primary purpose is to resolve domain names into IP address, right? So let's move on to the next, first let's move on to the explanation. So the transport layer, that is layer number 4 on OSI model, is responsible for ensuring that the entire message arrives its destination without error. It does this by using error detection and correction mechanisms such as checksum. If an error is detected, and transport layer can request the retransmission of the affected data segments, ensuring reliable communication, and so. And if you see the explanation of domain name system, so you can have a look. That is to translate human readable domain names like www.example.com into IP address like this. Right. So this is the duty of DNS. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is, which one of the following is cloud platform by Amazon? So we all know that Amazon AWS, Amazon Web Services, is the cloud service platform that is offered by or that is provided by Amazon. Let's move on to the next. Which one of the following can be considered as the example of front end? So front end, web browser, Google Compute Engine, Cisco, Metabed, AWS, or all. Web browser is the example of front end. Let's move on to the next. Which of the following is not a function of network layer? Congestion control, error control, routing, or internetworking. So error control is the function of data link layer, right? And all the rest are belongs to network layer. So error control will be the answer. And here, uh, I think I have forget to add the explanation. But anyways, when I will upload this PDF, then I will add the explanation. All right. So the next question is, which of the following layer of OSI model considered as the part as the heart of this model? So transport layer is considered as the heart of this model. Let's move on to the next question. What is the main purpose of the router? To connect multiple networks and route packets, to format documents, to store data, to print documents. So we all know it is so generic question that router is useful for connecting multiple networks and route packets. Let's move on to the explanation that transport layer is considered as the heart of the OSI and router helps you to connect with multiple devices and route the packets. All right. The next question is, which of the following protocol helps to get the network layer address for a host? SMTP, ARP, DHCP, or ICMP? So DHCP will be the correct answer for this particular question. I hope it makes sense. Let's move on to the next question. We will be seeing the explanation as well. Don't worry. Which of the following is an example of IaaS? IaaS stands for Infrastructure as a Service. So Google Compute Engine, Google App Engine, Google Classroom, or all. So Google Compute Engine is an example of IaaS. Let's have a look on the explanation. So DHCP. First, see, DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It helps to get the network layer address for a host. The same thing it is asking for. Anyways, let's come on to the next question. That Google Classroom is a cloud-based platform or tool that is a part of Google Cloud Computing Infrastructure. Google Cloud is a software as a service. So here we can see that Google Cloud cannot be the answer. Right, Google Cloud is not the answer, but Google Classroom is a part of Google Cloud. That means it is also SaaS, right? So it is also SaaS, so it cannot be the answer. Now, if we see Google App Engine, so it is a platform as a service, PaaS, product that enables web developers and enterprises to build, deploy, and host scalable. So what is remaining? Simple, Google Compute Engine, right? So Google Compute Engine will be the correct answer for this particular question. All right, let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, match the following cloud service model with their appropriate examples. SaaS. SaaS stands for Software as a Service. So Microsoft 365 is working as a software as a service platform. So one belongs to A. Now PaaS. Platform as a service. So Magento Commerce Cloud is a platform. It is a commercial platform. So two belongs to B. Now IaaS will remains to Google Compute Engine, and just now we saw in this question as well, right? Google Compute Engine is the example of IaaS. So you can see that 3 belongs to C. So 1A, 2B, 3C will be the correct answer for this particular question. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following is the most important area of concern in cloud computing? Scalability, storage, security, all of them mentioned. See, all are important, but here it is asking for the most important. So every time security is the main concern of any platform that is based on cloud. Right, let's move on to the next question. How many phases are there in cloud computing planning? So there are three phases. First is strategy, the second is planning phase, and the third is deployment phase. Right. So let's have a look on the explanation. There are three phases involved in cloud computing. planning, which are as follows: strategy phase, planning phase, and deployment phase will be the correct answer. All right, let's move on to the next. As for which of the following essential characteristics of cloud, the hosted application should be reachable via any network-based appliances. So broad network access is helpful for doing so. That it should be reachable via any network appliances. Let's move on to next. Which architectural layer is used as a backend in cloud computing? Cloud, soft, client, or all of the mentioned? So if it is asking for backend, just a minute. If it is asking for backend, so the answer will be cloud. But if it is asking for front end, so the answer will be client. Right. Let's move on to the next question. So here it is the answer. You can have a look. Next is, what is the purpose of the OSA model in networking? So basically, it's kind of standardization for uh, software development, right? So to establish, to define the architecture of network protocols, to establish a framework for, OSA is related to network only. To establish a framework for software development, to specify the physical network infrastructure, or to manage network security. So the answer for this particular question should be because OSI talks about the layers, and layers have the particular protocols, and all the things are done with the help of protocols only, and it is related to networking. So it will define the proper standard, or it will define the proper architecture for network protocols. Let's move on to next. Which OSI layer is responsible for routing packets between different networks? Physical layer, data link layer, network layer, or transport layer? So, sometimes ago, just we saw that routing is done on network layer, right? Network layer will be the correct answer for this particular question. All right, let's move on to the explanation that the network layer, that is layer number third on the OSI model, is responsible for routing packets between different networks. So what is routing, what is addressing, what is packet forwarding, what is check service status, you can have a look. Let's move on to next. What IP address class does the address 225.101.0.205 belongs to? So I have added the chart here that there are 5 types of address class of IP address, right? From a certain range to a certain range. So the range it starts from 1 to 126. So it will come under the category of A. Or sometimes we can say that 0 to 125, right? Now, if we see for B 120 to 191, or for C 192 to 223, etc. So let's see for it 225. So 225 will comes under the category of from 224 to 239. So option number D. That means class D will be the correct answer for this particular question. Now the very simple question: what is network? Simple. A group of interconnected networks is called network. Let's move on to next. What is the purpose of subnetting in IP addressing? To create a smaller, more manageable network segment, to encrypt data transmission, to establish direct connection between devices, or to decrease or to increase the speed of the data transmission. So we use subnetting for more manageable network, right? So if you have a large network, so what we do is we will just segment all the networks in smaller chunks, and then we will provide them some tasks, and like it is kind of divide and conquer algorithm, if you know, right? So to create a smaller and more manageable network segment, we use the concept of subnetting. Let's move on to the next question. Which type of IP address is used to identify the network itself rather than individual devices within the network? So private IP address is useful for identify the network itself, device, then the network. Okay, so have a look onto explanation. So this explanation is related to subnetting. You can have a look, and I'm talking about private IP address. So a private IP address, also called a local IP address, is the IP address used to identify each device within your local network. While your public IP address is visible to devices outside your network, your private IP address is only visible within the network and some else as well. Okay, so let's have a look on to next question. So the next question is, which network topology connects all devices to a central hub or switch, with each device having its own dedicated connection to the central device? So star topology has either hub or switch for the whole topology. Right? Let's move on to next. So the next question is, which protocol is commonly used for secure remote login and file transfer over a net? So it is SFTP. SFTP, Secure File Transfer Protocol, and it should be SFTP, but not SMTP, right? So option number D will be the correct answer for this question. Let's have a look on to different types of topology. So first is point to point. The second is bus topology. There will be a cable, and we can say it as a base cable, and all the computers are connected in serial manner only. The third is ring. The fourth is star, so it is switch, right? So all the computers will be connected to a switch. It is comes under in the category of star. This is tree topology. You can have a look that there are some parents and child relationships, and it is mesh. Meshes means every computer is connected to another computer. If we see this computer, so it is connecting with this and connecting with this, right? It is connecting with this, it is connecting with this as well. If we see that this is connecting with this, if we see that, so all the connected computers, sorry, all the computers are interconnected to each other. It is called mesh topology. And hybrid is, if we mix all like two or three topology, then it comes in the category of hybrid. Have a look on Secure File Transfer Protocol, SFTP. You can see here what is the responsibility of this protocol. All right, let's move on to next question. So the next question is, which device is responsible for forwarding data packets between different networks and different network infrastructure, router, switch, hub, or modem? So we are seeing this question repeatedly, right? So the question will be, the answer will be router. Let's move on to next. www.hubspot.com slash commercial. Here commercial is called. Simple, we know that this is our World Wide Web. And here we use protocols, then our domain name, right? The subdomain, domain, all the things. And here after slash, directory and subdirectories will come. So here directory is the option. Directory will be the correct answer for this particular question. Let's have a look on to next question. Which of the following statement is true about modem? So modems use the telephone lines, or modem stands for modulator and demodulator. So I found this answer both 1 and 2 correct, right? And I think on Zen Foundry website I got the answer for it, that both 1 and 2 are correct. Let's move on to the next question. So here the example of, here the explanation of router. Let's move on to next. The next is, hides the true network address and it is used to intercept all messages entering and leaving the network. So which? Logic worm, firewall, patches, or proxy server, or none of the above, or more of the above? So this is firewall plus proxy server. Both are helpful for hiding the true network address and is used for intercept all messages entering and leaving the network. So if both are true, so this will be the answer, that more than one is true here. Let's move on to the next. Which virus spreads in application software? Macro virus, boot virus, file virus, or antivirus? So in application software, macro virus will spread. Let's have a look on explanation. So the explanation is all about proxy server firewall is a type of network firewall that hides the true network address of a computer and intercepts all messages entering and leaving a network. All right. Now if we see that, the next is, so the next is, in computing is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules. So this helps with firewalls, right? So in computing, firewall is a network security system that monitors and controls over the incoming and outgoing network traffic based on the predetermined security rules or safety rules. A computer virus is a simple software. A computer virus is a software program. Let's have a look on to explanation that firewall is a network security system that monitors and control incoming and outgoing network traffic based system, predetermined security. All right. So a computer virus is a software or malware that can damage a computer software and data. All right, you can have a look. Let's move on to next question. So the next question is, just a minute. Which of the following is a malicious software that can on execution run its own code and modify other programs? Virus, spam, spyware, or adware? So the answer would become just a minute. So the answer for this particular question will become virus. Where it is? Why? Oh, okay, so answer will be virus. Dynamic packet filters. Firewall are fourth generation firewalls that work at application layer, TCP or UDP, or TCP, UDP or session layer. So dynamic packet filter works on TCP and UDP as well. Let's move on to next question. So the next question is, you can have a look on the explanation on your own. Let's move on to next. Unsolicited electronic messages sent for marketing purpose are called. Simple, we usually get these type of emails in spam folder that are promotional emails or some kind of advertisement or marketing related emails, right? Which of the following is essential concept related to cloud? Reliability, productivity, abstraction, or all of these? So the most important among these is abstraction will be the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question, have a look on abstraction is the right answer to this question. Why it is correct? Because abstraction in technology terms is defined as the process of hiding the user detail and only showing the principle on which cloud computer works. Does not simplify questions by allowing better management of it underlying resources. Let me give you an example. Okay, so you can have a look on this question. You know easily. Let's move on to next. So the next is computing refers to applications and services that runs on a distributed network using virtualized resources. So distributed computing, cloud computing, soft computing, or parallel computing. So simple cloud computing refers to the application and services that run on a distributed network. Okay, so come here has many of the characteristics of what is now being called cloud computing. So internet is the only thing that has many of the characteristics that we can say what is now happening. Okay, so which of the following is the deployment model? Public, hybrid, private, or all of the above? So which of the following is the deployment model? So the deployment model is, just let me check for it. So the answer is okay. So all these are, sorry, it should, where we are, just a minute. Keep. Okay, so we were here. So it is asking for which of the following is owned by an organization selling cloud service. So all these are selling the, I think the question has changed. Let me check. Yes, the question has changed. Okay, so this was the question. Which of the following is the deployment model? Public, private, hybrid, and all of the above. So all of these having the deployment model because public is something different. And again, public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, community clouds. Which of the following cloud concept is related to the pooling and sharing to resources? So virtualization. This question is quite repeated every time again and again. Let's move on to next. You can have a look. Okay. So the next is cloud computing is a space system and is necessarily unidirectional in nature. So cloud computing is a stateless system that is unnecessarily unidirectional in nature. The next is what is or which of the following is best for non-service models, SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, and all of the engines. So all of these are good enough for their work only. Have a look on to next question. So the next question is which of the following is related to service provided by cloud? Sourcing, ownership, reliability, or nothing. So sources is the thing that is provided by the cloud. Okay. So let's move on to next question. So the next question is which of the following cloud concept is related to pooling and sharing of resources? Again, virtualization is the important question. The next is CAS stands for as a service. So containers as a service stands for CAS. Cloud service helps manage and deploy apps using container-based applications or abstraction. SaaS can be deployed on premises in a cloud. Okay, let's have a look on to next question. Which of the following is owned by an organization selling cloud services? Public, private, community, or hybrid? So here the answer will be community cloud, because here it is owned by an organization and it is selling its cloud services, right? So let's move on to next. Which of the following service provider provides the least amount of built-in security? So IaaS is the cloud service model that provides the least security, and the most security provides with SaaS, I guess. Okay, so you can have a look here that IS has the least levels of integrated functionality and the lowest level of integrated security, and SaaS has the highest, as per I said. Okay, let's move on to next. Cloud computing refers to accessing the hardware, manipulating the hardware, configuring the hardware, all of the above. So cloud computing refers to all of the above: computing, accessing, and manipulating. Right? Have a look onto this question. How many types of cloud are there in model? So two, three, four, or five. So there are four types of cloud: public, private, community, and hybrid cloud. So four type of cloud. Let's move on to next. The allows system and services to be accessible by a group of organization: private cloud, public cloud, community cloud, or hybrid cloud. So what type of cloud allow to accessible for a group by organization? So it should be community cloud. Okay, let's move on to next. Which of the following is not a major cloud computing platform? So IBM Deep Blue is not a cloud computing platform. It is not measured by cloud computing. Which of the following architectural layer is used as a front end in cloud computing? So as per I mentioned in that particular question, so if it is asking for a back end, so the answer will be cloud, and if it is asking for front end, so the answer will be client. Have a look on to next question. So the next question is, which of the following network devices used to transmit digital signal over the internet? Repeater, modem, switch, hub, and this question you have to tell me in the comment section. Let's move on to next. Bridge can be used to join an unshielded twisted pair UDP cabling and fiber optic cable, or or token ring and Ethernet. So see, I'm not sure about it, because on net I was getting different questions, so I'm not sure about it. Let's move on to next. Which of the following system of error occurs in both parallel and serial computing system? So somewhere the answer was bit error, somewhere the answer was single unit error. So I'm marking the answer as bit error. So for these two, both these two, I'm not pretty sure about it. But if you are sure, then please let me us know in the comment section, so that you others can also see. Let's have a look. MS Office 365 is an example of which of the following type of cloud service model? Simple, SaaS, because it provides the services as the software. Okay, have a look on to next question. So the next question is, in TCP/IP model, which of the following protocol is used on the internet layer? So in TCP/IP model, which protocol is used on the internet layer? So on internet layer, there is ARP protocol, that is address resolution protocol, from logical address to MAC address. Have a look on to next question. Which of the following is used to establish a VPN connection? So for VPN connection, OpenSWAN is the best way. Which of the following industries have to use the private cloud deployment model? So banking, e-commerce, logistics. For all these, all right, cloud deployment model is necessary, because somehow they are kind of relating with data and the cloud as well, right? They are dealing with the storage, etc. So banking, e-commerce, and logistics, kind of some financial related to organizations now only. So they will have the priority for these private cloud model, right? Let's have a look on to next question. So the next question is, just a minute. So the next question is, which of the following is an example of IaaS? Mailchimp, AWS, EC2, Salesforce, or WordPress? So the example of IaaS is, just let me check for it. So the example of this one is here. Amazon EC2, right? Amazon EC2 is an example of IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Okay. Which of the following protocol is commonly used for creating, accessing, browsing, and retrieving information from websites on the world? So this is the application of hypertext transfer protocol, right? Which of the following protocol? Because this deals with the web browser, and on web browser we can do everything, and hypertext transfer protocol is the correct answer for that. Okay, so which device is used to connect two different networks? Simple router. What DNS stand for domain name system? What which protocol is used to send email? So SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. SMTP will be the correct answer for this particular question. I hope it makes sense and it is clear to you. So yeah, we have done with all 70 plus questions. And guys, if you want Accenture Cracker Pack and TCS Pack combinedly, so it will cost you 150. And if you want solo and solo, so you can ask based on your affordability and your need. All right, so let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching. Okay, I'm moving from here.